What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 Next Gen for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build the Kyrie Irving build. This is a super good point guard build. It has amazing shooting, amazing playmaking. It has 95 3-pointer, mid-range, ball handle, speed with ball, all of that. Also speed, acceleration, stamina, all of that. Can get up to max, and it also has pretty good defense and finishing as well. So it's a really good all-around point guard, and I'm going to show you how to build it in this video. But before I get into it, I just want to mention really quickly, if y'all are not subbed to my channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. Only about 2% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to my channel, so if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. And also, I just want to mention really quickly, I'm going to be doing 2 uploads today, tomorrow, and the next day for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. I'm gonna have double uploads on all of those days, and I'm gonna be doing a ton of the best players all throughout NBA history. Basically, I'll do Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and a ton of other players. But the first video for today is gonna be the Kyrie Irving build. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so first up on this screen, nothing really matters too much. The only thing that's important is you want your position to be a point guard, the hand, jersey number, name, none of that matters. You can set that up however you want as long as you have a point guard. Then go ahead and click continue. Now for the body settings right here, first off for the height, you just want to leave this at 6'3". I believe this is Kyrie Irving's height in real life, but it's also the best height to make this build. This allows you to get your ball handle up to max, your shooting up to max, everything that you need up to max. So 6'3" is the perfect height right here. You will be a little bit shorter than some other guard builds, but it's not like you're going to be super short. You'll still be able to guard every single guard build in the entire game, especially because you are going to have pretty good defense on this build. So you'll be good right here at 6'3". Just leave the height right there. Then for the weight right here, you do want to bring this down to 180 pounds. The reason you bring it down to 180 is so that you can get the speed, acceleration, and speed with ball all up to max. So you're going to be super agile with this build. What you don't have over some builds in height, you'll more than make up with in your agility on this build. So 180 pounds is the perfect spot right there. No point in putting it any lower because you don't gain anything. And if you put it any higher, you lose that speed and acceleration. You don't want that. So 180 pounds. Then for the wingspan right here, you do want to bring this down as well to 6'5" right here. This is so that you can get your ball handle up to 95 overall, and it does bring down some of your defense, but don't worry about that too much. It's really not a big deal. Same thing with your finishing, not a big deal. Really all that you want is that 95 ball handle so that you can cross up everybody, you can take ankles, you can get obviously pro dribble moves with this build, you can get every dribble move you're going to want, which is good. So 6'5" right there for the wingspan is perfect. Then for the body shape, this doesn't matter. You can choose whichever you want. Doesn't change the badges, doesn't change the attributes. All it does is change how the build looks. So you can choose whichever one you want. Doesn't matter. I'll probably just take maybe slight for this build or compact, probably compact, but again, you can choose whichever one you like the look of the most. Then go ahead and say continue. Now for the attribute and badge distribution for this build, first off for the finishing right here, this build is actually a little bit different than some other builds that I make because most of my builds that I make, I try to get at least 5 to 6 badges in every single category. But for this specific build, I'm not going to do that. I'm instead going to only put the driving layup up right here to an 85, and that won't give you any finishing badges, but that's okay. Trust me, you're going to get so many shooting, so many playmaking, and so many defense badges. You're not going to have to worry about having any finishing badges. And with a 95 driving layup, I mean, that's really all you're going to need. You're not going to need any finishing badges anyways. So you'll be fine like this with an 85 driving layup. Now, like I said, I usually don't make builds like this, but for this specific build, this is the best way to make it. I've tried out a few different ways, and if you want to get a ton of shooting and playmaking badges, this is the best way to make it. You have to just put the driving layup up to an 85, which is enough, and don't upgrade anything else. You really don't need anything else, so you'll be good just like this. Then you can go down to shooting right here. For shooting, you want to max out mid-range, 3-pointer, and bring your free throw up right here to a 70. And as you can see, that allows you to get every single shooting badge all the way up to Hall of Fame, except for Ice and Veins, which isn't really important anyways. But you can get every single good shooting badge up to Hall of Fame. 23 shooting badges, more than enough, especially with a maxed out mid-range, maxed out 3-pointer. You're going to be a lights out shooter with this build, just like Kyrie Irving in real life. So you're definitely good right here with the shooting. Just leave it just like that. Then for the playmaking right here, you want to move the pass accuracy up to a 70, and then the ball handle and the speed with ball both up to max, and that will give you 20 playmaking badges. And again, you can get every single good playmaking badge up to Hall of Fame, or at least every single good dribbling badge you can get up to Hall of Fame. So you're going to be a super good dribbler with this build, just like Kyrie Irving in real life. 95 ball handle, 95 speed with ball. You're going to be going crazy with the dribble moves. And for the defense right here, you just want to max out perimeter defense, and then just max out your defensive rebound as well. There's a reason you don't upgrade the steal. I know some people are going to say you need steal for this build. I'll show you why in a second. Just let me do the physicals first. So for the physicals, you just want to go down to speed. You want to max this out. Acceleration, same thing. And I'm actually going to show you 2 ways to make this build, but you're not going to have enough to max out the stamina right here. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to do one of 2 things. You're either going to have to move the acceleration down to a 92 and the speed down to a 93, which is what I recommend, and I'll explain why in a second. Then you can max that out. Or the other thing you could do is you can move down some of your shooting right here, and you can max out your speed and acceleration, and then put the rest back into your shooting, and you'll get 19 shooting badges, and you can have both of those maxed. But the reason you don't need your speed and acceleration quite maxed out on this build, in my opinion, you can make it maxed out, but you really don't need to. You can have this at 92 and 93, because once you get into the Gatorade facility, you're going to get +4 onto both of these, so that will bring your speed up to a 97 and your acceleration up to a 96. And then once you get to a 97 overall, your speed will be able to get up to a 99 and your acceleration will be a 98, which is obviously more than enough, especially when most guard builds only have about a 90, maybe 95 speed. You're still going to be faster than every other guard build, and you have 8 or 95 speed with ball as well. And considering this is a primary dribbling build, that's really what's most important. So I recommend just setting it up like this with 93 and 92, but you could set it up so that those are maxed as well. You just have to give up a few shooting badges, which isn't a big deal. You could really do it either way, but I'm going to set it up like this. And then with the remaining couple attributes that you have right here, you could really put them wherever you want. You can't get any extra badges out of them, so I'll just put them into offensive rebound. And that's going to be the final setup for this build right here. Now I will show you why you don't invest into steal. Let's say you just get rid of your rebounds right here. You had 8 badges with your rebounds upgraded, and you put that into steal. You can get your steal up to a 42, and you get 0 badges. So 42 steal compared to a 25 steal, it's not even that big of a difference. Plus then you get 0 badges compared to if you upgrade your rebound, you get 8. So it's really so much better of a trade-off just to go like this, upgrade defensive rebound, and then put that into offensive rebound or whatever, and that gives you 8 defense badges right there to go along with your 20 playmaking and 23 shooting. So this is definitely the way that I recommend to set up this build, but you could figure out a way to get steal. You probably have to take out more from playmaking or shooting, put it into your steal, and you could get more here on your speed and acceleration, but again, you're going to have to lose a few shooting badges. So I really don't recommend doing either of those. I recommend just setting it up just like this, and you'll be good. Trust me, you'll be able to do everything. And then you can go ahead and click continue. Now for the takeover, you can choose whichever one you want. It's personal preference. You have the option between the lockdown, sharpshooter, shot creator, and slasher takeovers. And for me, I'm probably going to take the ankle breaking shots takeover as my primary, because this is the Kyrie Irving build, and ankle breaking shots is just super important for the Kyrie Irving build. So that's what I'm going to take right there. And then as my secondary, I'll probably take pull up precision. But again, you can choose whichever one you want. Whatever fits your playstyle the best, just go ahead and take that. Then go ahead and say yes. And as you can see right here, boom, two-way shot creator, shades of Steve Nash, Damian Lillard, and Fred VanVleet, but this build really does play like Kyrie Irving. It's a super good ISO shot creating build. So now I'm going to take a quick second and show you how to put on the badges for this build. I recommend you stick around for this. It'll only take a second, and hopefully it'll help you make this build as good as possible, and also it will show you which badges that only showed as gold on the previous screen will actually be able to get up to Hall of Fame once you get above 95 overall. So that's good as well. But first off, for these shooting badges right here, you're going to want to go ahead and get blinders onto gold, deep threes onto Hall of Fame, hot zone hunter onto Hall of Fame. If you took a shooting takeover like me, you're going to want to get hot shot onto Hall of Fame. I did, so I'm going to get that all the way up. And then I'm going to get Deadeye onto gold, and then rhythm shooter onto gold as well. And then with my last two badges, I'm going to go ahead and get volume shooter onto silver, just like that. This is how I'm going to set up these shooting badges for this build. Super good way to set up the shooting badges. You will not be missing any shots with these badges right here. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Now for the playmaking badges right here, first off, I'm going to go ahead and get ankle breaker up to Hall of Fame. Since this is the Kyrie Irving build, you got to be breaking ankles. You need that on Hall of Fame. Then I'm also going to get space creator onto Hall of Fame. Super important badge, especially for the ankle breaking shots takeover. This one will help out a ton. Then I'm going to go ahead and get tight handles onto bronze. That's really all you need it on. Then handles for days, or sorry, quick first step up to Hall of Fame, handles for days up to Hall of Fame. Both of those badges are super important to have onto Hall of Fame, two of the best playmaking badges in the game. Then I'm going to get unpluckable onto silver. That's really all you'll need it onto. And then bullet passer onto bronze, just like that. This is how I'm going to go ahead and set up the playmaking badges. There is a little bit of personal preference here though. If you want dimer, maybe you could invest into that, take down space creator or something and invest into dimer, but I don't really need dimer for this build since it's mostly an ISO build. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm the badges like this, say yes. And I will mention really quickly that one of those badges that didn't show on the previous screen that you can actually get is floor general, but you do have to get above 95 overall. So keep that in mind. Now onto the defense badges right here. First off, I'm going to go ahead and get clamps onto Hall of Fame, and then also pick dodger onto Hall of Fame, just like that. This is how I'm going to set up the defense badges. There is some personal preference here as well. Maybe if you took a defensive takeover, you want hot stopper. Tireless defender is also okay. But to be honest, clamps and pick dodger are really all that you're going to need, both onto Hall of Fame to guard really anybody. You'll be able to guard screen hiders, obviously, and pick and rollers, which which is super annoying, and you'll be able to clamp up ISO players as well. So that's really all you'll need right there. Go ahead and say yes. And there you guys go. That is how you build the Kyrie Irving build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Like I said, I will be uploading another video again today, later on in a few hours. So make sure y'all subscribe so you can see that. Like I said, only 2% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. But anyways, that's going to be it. All right. Peace.